pretty obvious what computer this is. And if it's not too obvious for you, well, I've just given it away. This is the infamous Toshiba computer that I own. And we're going to do something that's probably not going to go too well, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to take this factory restore disk and attempt to reload it. Factory settings. So we're going to close our disk tray and we're going to power it up. This is the third time I've tried doing this. First time I got interrupted twice. The second time, well, my camera decided to run out of battery. So now we're okay. We're just going to turn it on. F12 to go into boot manager. See the disk activity there. That's the hard drive. There is a hard drive in here now. I can prove that. Even though it's probably not going to go too well, I'll prove it later. Here we go. Windows is loading files. It's going to take forever. I don't know why I'm reloading this since I've got my ThinkPad over there. Expect a video of that ThinkPad some other time. And expect a video, a lecture review of this, which is one of the reasons why I'm reloading it, and this. I've already done that. And expect one of the printer that's back there. You can see the paper if I turn the light on. It's a printer. The flashlight's kind of broken. Try and get it so that it can reflect off. Try and get it so that the mirror. Yeah, now you can see it. The little thumb thing's gone. Oh well. Turn that off. Set it down. Make sure it doesn't fall on my computer because that could be disastrous. Because this thing is made out of glass. I think I'll explain that in another video. For some reason, the white balance doesn't like my computer or my desk. It doesn't like me walking around. It doesn't like my floor. Which is why it keeps changing the white balance to some bluish. But now it can't see the floor. Should load up. Straight to the recovery. At first it starts loading Vista. Because that's what was originally on this machine. I had to turn this off and on so many times. Windows Vista. Oh, that's what it doesn't like. That's what it doesn't like. It doesn't like my light. Should load it pretty quickly. Toshiba recovery. We're going to do that. Next. It's going to prompt me because it's going to tell me that all the data will be erased. I really don't care because there's nothing important on here anyway. The AC adapter is connected, dang it. Recover to out-of-box state. I'm going to recover it to factory default. Next. That's probably not going to go too well because I believe the hard drive is dead. Yeah, it's not going too well. It's going to attempt to do all this. Okay, so while it's doing that, I'm going to show you what I've done here to all of this. So that's the other disk. This is now my file transfer. Even though this is Bluetooth on it, the Bluetooth is kind of screwed up. So yeah, got the two iMacs there. The farther I get away from the light, oh, I don't want that to happen, the darker it gets. iMac, PowerBook, that thing. the 520C. And if you didn't watch my other video, you can see that one of the other computers is gone. That's pretty easily the 180 up there. And I've got other stuff that I can show. I should put the lid back on that box before that all gets covered in dust. Now, I've had some people asking me through personal messages if they could see this board. And while it's doing that, I figure I should show you the board. It's an iMac G3 board. I've also got a generic PC clone board. Pentium 120 PC board in the other thing. This is what it is. It's a Mac board. Underneath there is what I believe to be the processor. It's got a Lucent chip of some kind. The clock battery goes in there. It's also got the VLC chip. Heatsink, it's covering up something. Probably covering up that capacitor there. And you've got all your connectors on the side. This is the same board that's in my G3 350. Because that's essentially what this is. Because there's your PowerPC processor. I think. Now, I can't read what it says because it's so dark out. But I believe that's a G3 350 chip. There's something there. There's a connector there. I don't know what those are. I believe those aren't hard drive connectors. Because the hard drive connector is right there. I don't know what those are. I'd imagine that they're both display connectors. But this board, I was told, has a problem somewhere. And, well, it's going to be almost impossible if it's one of those resistors. Anyway, you can hear me. Yeah. It's got your reset and programmer buttons on it. It's got all original components. I believe it's one of the... my music teacher told me that it was one of the ports here that was broken. I hope it's not the USB, because then this machine, if I put this board into anything, it's going to be useless. I'm probably going to do a board transplant between this iMac and something else. Or I might just get like a iMac case and throw a couple of components in it. All of this is fine. That board's going to go back in this bag later. That board was in this bag because it was raining out when I got this, so yeah. Copying files. Okay, so that did initialize well. So it got the partition right. Probably wasted half of my hard drive, but oh well. 8 minutes. I'm probably going to have to like stop this somewhere and continue on. Okay, this is going to take forever. So I'm going to pause it right here. Pause it. Start recording, and then we'll stop it. Well, guess what? It's working. Can probably hear that outside. Take you out of there. And you can probably hear it. Put the microphone back in where it was. Probably gonna fall. There, that's better. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm trying to acquire myself another early 68K Macintosh. So if you have any good suggestions on what Mac I could buy, tell me, because I'm really willing to know. Probably gonna strike a deal with one of my gym teacher and acquire his early LC500. The Performa machine. Acquire his Performa when it falls out of use, which is probably not going to be any time in my lifetime. To tell you that truth. Anyway, not the point. The point is that you can expect more videos other than this one coming. And the fact that it's going to take a while to recover this. But anyway, we'll come back to it when it's done. Until then. Guess what? It's done its recovery. We'll hit finished to restart. Take Start the computer. Close the drive. Make sure that it boots up properly. Boot from the hard drive. Yeah, that's nice. Well, we're getting activity. I don't know what the hell the drive's doing. Oh, this is really nice. No, there it goes. That's laugh if it gave me a BSOD right while it's booting up. That's what's happening on one of the computers in our business class. It gives you a BSOD. Oh, it's setting up. Okay. Gives you a BSOD because it doesn't like the monitor settings. And it just so happens that that's the demonstration one. So every time you have to unplug the monitor and plug it back in because they all boot off of a server. So, well, I'll come back to this. As soon as we get a chance, I'll come back to it. So, until then.